Hola a todos, estamos aquí nuevamente hoy con la cuarta entrevista de Arranca Puerto Rico de Interview Circle. Hoy estamos con Jesse Lakes, de CEO de Georiot. El CTO no pudo estar, so él va a estar presente contestando nuestras preguntas. Ahora vamos a pasar con él en un segundito. Hola Jesse, ¿cómo estamos? Hey Jesse, how are you?
Muy bien, gracias. Okay, now we have to switch to English because that's about all my Spanish. Sorry about that.
Cool. Um, so yeah, Georiot.
Yeah, it's been a crazy project the last few years. As you know, we exist in kind of a very unique niche in helping the global e-commerce giants of the world just reach their audiences in a much more user experience centric fashion and help some clients around the world make a little bit more money. So it's been a fun project. It's kind of fun to think that ultimately when you do your job well, it's a win-win situation for all those involved. So yeah, Georiot, it's been fun.
All right, so just like give us a little bit of a description. How do you guys get started, and why do you pick this specific industry?
Yeah, for sure. So it's kind of it's a bit of a funny story, but back in 2009, my former college roommate and I were working on these websites that took the soundtracks from extreme sports films. And we would list out the different films and all the music that was inside the films, and we'd link those up with iTunes and Amazon links. And it was really him and I had worked on a few different projects together, and nothing had ever really gone crazy good. But it was fun. We both kind of had the entrepreneurial bug, but it was amazing to see these soundtrack websites kind of started to take off fairly quickly, and there's a large audience out there that enjoys extreme sports and really enjoys the music that can be discovered through watching those films. So we built the websites, built out the soundtrack pieces, and then he was kind of helping to automate the pieces while I was kind of digging the other stuff out. And we noticed that we were starting to get this exponential curve in our traffic, but using the iTunes and Amazon affiliate programs, our revenue was very linear. And it was just, we were really scratching our head, what's going on here? Why are we getting so much more traffic but not able to monetize them nearly as well as we did before? We had this aha moment in early February 2009. It's, oh, wow, all these affiliate links for iTunes and Amazon that we're putting on the website, people are clicking them, but only people really in the US are able to get a good user experience, end up with the song they're looking for and not an error message, and we're only earning affiliate commissions on the traffic in the US. That exponential growth we were seeing was from the international traffic, who we weren't serving very well, who we weren't able to monetize on. So again, kind of scratching our heads, built out just kind of a rudimentary solution for the websites, and realized that maybe we're on to much bigger here. Soundtracks are great, music is great, iTunes is great, Amazon's great, but what if we built a solution that just enabled everyone to solve these problems and kind of run with it? So it was just very serendipitous that solving one problem, our an enjoyment, finding good music to listen to, kind of led to the next big problem of solving some big misses in global e-commerce. So it's been a wild ride.
Nice, nice. How far was it between you guys developed that solution until you guys got your first customer? Who was your first customer, actually?
Who was our first customer? That's a great question. We working on it in February 2009. We had a pretty decent build out. So I guess our soundtrack sites were really the first customer because we built the solution for those sites, and there was 3 different sites. It was one for skiing, one for surfing, one for snowboarding. So they were definitely our first clients, and we used that until I think we came out of closed beta early 2010, and we had our first client, which I think is Playhaven, who has now become Upsite and a few others. But it was a mobile ad network. They really understood the technical nature. They were really affiliate savvy, and that was pretty. Maybe it wasn't Playhaven. Maybe it was an app discovery site. We have thousands and thousands of clients now, and as much as I wish I could remember every single client's name and the full history, unfortunately, I just don't have the mental capacity for that anymore.
That's all right. So like you guys said, you have a thousand of clients, and you process thousands of links that you geo-affiliate every day. What would you say is the hardest part of working with this amount of data and tracking those clicks, like pretty much affiliating those clicks every day?
There's a lot of different challenges, and thankfully, as we've kind of built up a really strong team, I'm insulated more and more from understanding some of the nuances that cause my engineering team headaches from time to time. But it's you know, as cliche as it sounds, it's a big data challenge. I hate the term big data, but we're dealing with, you know, massive numbers of clicks, and, you know, storing those and keeping those easily accessible, you know, being able to summarize those and give really important results. It's a lot of infrastructure that goes on behind the scenes. It's a lot of work to do so. As much as we want to make it fast and seamless, there's unfortunately a lot of pieces that go into it. And so I think the biggest challenge for us is really kind of streamlining those processes to make sure that they're, you know, fast, efficient, you know, redundant, and things can, I guess, scalable, I guess, is the other question too, is as we continue to ramp up traffic and want to roll out new reports, having to start from ground zero just no longer is an option. So just being smart in our infrastructure build out to allow us to add a new report or do something new with that data is definitely one of the biggest challenges, if not the biggest.
Okay. So you sound like you've done quite a few like entrepreneur things. Like you started with the movie side, now you do this. So what would you recommend to someone that a 20-year-old, he's in Puerto Rico, and he's dreaming of being an entrepreneur? What would you say he should do?
I say the very first thing is to do some sort of project on the side, right? Something nights and weekends. It is such a scary thing to jump off a cliff before you have a parachute, right? So build that parachute before you jump off the cliff. Don't quit your day job to dive into an entrepreneurial thing, but find something that you're really interested in and just figure out, you know, research it, learn something about it, write a blog, you know, and post articles about something that you're enjoying. And that'll really allow time to be on your side. As soon as time is no longer on your side, it becomes really stressful really quickly. So, you know, 20-year-old, you know, looking for an entrepreneurial piece, awesome. You know, that's so great that there's people out there, and yeah, I'm one of those people as well. But when you can, yeah, slowly kind of build up and learn things as you can, and keep it as a side project, you know, continue going to school, continue your day job, that seed, and let it grow, you know, nights and weekends. Don't interrupt your focus specifically for that. There will be a time and a place for it, but not right now.
Okay, so that kind of leads to the next question I actually had. That's definitely good advice. I think a lot of people don't see the bootstrap path right now because if you look at Forbes and everything, everybody's going like, you know, startup incubator, get funding, go and like try to build something and either crash or burn or become a millionaire. So what we say are the best advantages of being bootstrapped against doing following the stricter funding path?
That's a great question. You know, there's different businesses, different models, there's so many different variables out there. Luckily for myself and my business partner, we wanted this to be a nights and weekends project because we had other endeavors at the moment. So it was really easy. Again, we had time on our side where we could allow this to very organically grow. We didn't have to rely on the money it was making for a salary. It was able to kind of go with that. So again, nights and weekends style business, more of kind of, you know, if you want to call it a lifestyle business, really fits well with the bootstrapping. You know, if time is not on your side, something very quickly, that's probably a good time to bring in investment and so forth. However, if it's your first endeavor, again, I'd probably encourage you to test the waters and try a few things out. You know, going from not being an entrepreneur, having a great idea, and going to raise money, that's a lot of massive steps in a row. Where if you can kind of, you know, get some experience in one area or the other first, it's going to really help you be that much more successful. And in entrepreneurship, you know, as many of those cards that you can stack in your favor, the better off you're going to be. You know, if you bite off too big of a chunk, it's really hard to get down. So, you know, you got to be somewhat strategic in the battles you take on.
Cool. I think a lot of people actually right now skip that and try to do like everything, seen the movies, heard the stories. And I think that's also very important. It's a snowball that gets built, you know. And you need to get some momentum and some mass before you can get it roll out and like actually have your established business.
Exactly. An idea is worth nothing, right? Everyone has ideas. It's you know, having the team and the expertise to make that idea become something, and that takes a lot. Sorry, go ahead. I cut you off.
No, that's fine. So switching a little bit gears. What has been the biggest challenge of this last year? Like, we'll say in the last 12 months, biggest challenge you had to tackle on and you succeeded on? What would you say it was?
So the space that we're in, so we kind of have two different realms, right? We're a link management platform, and we are in the affiliate space. And both those areas are really changing very drastically. So we're kind of fighting a battle on two different fronts. The biggest challenge for us is that the affiliate programs, in particular for some of our largest clients, have evolved pretty drastically, which is great for the industry as a whole. but it makes it challenge for us to be 2 or 3 steps ahead of the puck, ahead of the curve, to make sure that we're providing our clients maximum value. So it's a lot of forward thinking and stressing out about making sure that we have something that's rock solid and we can be lockstep ahead of things that are evolving and changing.
Okay. So you mentioned there's a lot, like the industry's changing a lot, and that kind of leads to my next point. What problems related to affiliate marketing would you love to see someone else tackle?
Wow. First of all, there's just, I don't know how someone's going to tackle this or who's going to do it, but just in general, there's a lot of crap out there. Affiliate marketing has kind of a bad connotation because people think it's pretty scammy and slimy, and unfortunately, there's so many good, solid, clean programs out there that are doing legitimate things that are getting kind of tarnished with this bad reputation. So I would almost say something that would be really interesting and relevant for the industry as a whole is some sort of like pure index, right? This program is legitimate, this program is crap. These guys are good, these guys are not so good. Kind of creating some sort of baseline to help the industry as a whole understand who the bad apples are and get those out of the system as quickly as possible, and who the good apples are so that they can bubble to the top and really kind of lead the way with their technology, innovation, whatever they're doing to become good leaders in the space. So yeah, some sort of index, I guess, to help us see through that crap.
So you mean like a sticker that you can put on your webpage and be like, hey, we got this, we're approved by these people, and they're kind of trusted, so.
Yeah, exactly, and it could go from both sides too, right? A publisher side and an advertiser side, right? So not only the people that are paying out for the affiliate program, but also the people that are earning money from the affiliate program. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, that would be kind of cool. So those are pretty much the questions that we had ourselves. We opened it up and let people from the public make questions.
Awesome.
So basically, the one question that I have right here, it's from a guy in a town called Bayamon. His name is Juan Martinez, and he was pretty much asking, like if he wanted to start an affiliate site, what affiliate programs would you recommend him if he was interested in? What is it? 1 second. I can't read my question thing. If he was interested in like outdoor gears, what affiliate program would you recommend him?
So great question. I think the first part to answer that question is, who is your audience, right? Is it specifically the people of Puerto Rico? Is it worldwide? Is it more geared towards the US? Because that's going to really impact what advertisers you use, right? So for us in our serendipitous adventure, iTunes was a global brand, Amazon was a global brand, so it was really easy to kind of scale that internationally. However, if you build out a site that's specific to a storefront that only supports one region, but you get that international traffic, you're doing yourself a disservice because you're not able to monetize that international traffic. So that being said, outdoor gear, backcountry.com just kills it. They have some great programs. The ad network, which I'm forgetting the name of at the moment, is pretty cool. It's very niche towards the outdoor industry. They do some great things. That being said, though, as far as I understand, it's really only U.S. and maybe even just North America. So as soon as you start having an audience in Europe or Asia, you're running into a challenge where, even though Amazon is not a very, outdoor-focused company, they do have a lot of outdoor-focused equipment, but they do also have the international reach where you can support those people. So you have to juggle between, who you're bringing in for that advertiser and who you're trying to serve as your client base.
Okay, I think that's probably a good insight for the people that are trying.
That's a good question.
Yeah. So this pretty much concludes all the questions that we had. Thank you very much for being with us here.
Absolutely.
If you have anything else that you want to let us know, last message or something, just go ahead.
For sure. So I think it's awesome to see entrepreneurs, anyone even just with an entrepreneurial bit of spirit, to go out and try a project and dive into it. And for me, in that journey, a lot of it was alone or with my co-founder, kind of trying to learn things as we went. I know that having some mentors or peers in that space, even just someone to ask questions on, is hugely important. So on that note, obviously you're building a great network here, Alfredo, but I would be happy to answer and help anyone in the affiliate space. I can't promise a lot of time, but if you have a question or two, please don't hesitate to reach out, and I'll do what I can to kind of help you move forward as quickly as possible. So good luck.
Where do you want them to reach you out to?
Just my email, lakes, Lakes, @georiot.com. is yeah easiest way. Again, I can't guarantee an immediate response, or I can give a lot of time, but I'd be happy to help however I can.
Well, thank you very much for your time again, and have a great day, and see you later.
Cheers.